Hello everyone and welcome to Game 3 now. Oops, let me go ahead and swap this. Welcome to Game 3 now in a series between Bly and Happy. And I'm going to be having to conserve my voice now as the games have gone a little bit longer and I am casting on the road, so I guess not used to the water and just all the things that I normally would like to have. Now, Bly spawning as, yes, I obviously can get water. Alright, just not being able to sit at a table hunched over on a laptop. Can't have it on my lap as it does burn me, and trying to carry around a laptop cooler just added weight when trying to travel. Alright, let's go ahead and get into the game. Happy spawning as the yellow Terran player here at the top left hand side of the map. Bly spawning as the orange Zerg here at what I'll call the bottom left hand side of the map at what's the 7 or 8 o'clock position. So Terran versus Zerg here on Tall Doreen Altar, and the map is fairly large. So a large map like this, I wouldn't be surprised to see a 1 Rax expand coming in from Happy or a hatchery first come in from Bly, as we now see Bly is going to be doing a little bit of scouting. Most of the time, some Zerg players do want to try to scout out the middle portion of the map first, make sure that there is no sort of proxy Rax play in the center, but Bly going to get lucky scouting with the drone in the proper direction. scaving, and the paths will not cross, as one took the high road and one took the low road. Drone going to quickly come inside Happy's base, see that there is not a refinery there, and with no refinery, pretty much knowing that it is either going to be a 1 Rax expand or some sort of second barracks that he has not spotted. Taking a look around the drone, just going to try to stick around as long as he can. The Marine will be able to shoo him away though, so Happy, pretty much that drone's days are going to be numbered. Taking a look into the base of Bly, Bly is going for that hatch pool opening first. It has been spotted by Happy, and Happy should be able to respond and react accordingly. And based upon the spawning location, Happy has a really strong advantage. Utilizing siege tanks from the low ground, he will be able to shoot up onto the high ground here and deal a lot of damage relatively quickly, shutting down this one particular hatchery. Now, Bly could perhaps try to lay down some creep tumors very quickly right over here and try to get creep spread there, as we now see one bunker being placed down. Drones now making their way over, and how much damage can be dealt? The one bunker down to 40 some odd hit points. The Marines doing a little bit of a dance, and the cancellation on that bunker, only 25 minerals lost. And we'll see what will be happening next, as this one gung-ho Marine says, you know what, I can still deal damage, realizes that there are Zerglings, and is looking to back away. Marine SCV still wandering around. You can see one Marine hanging around at the Zelnaga Tower. We are going into double refineries now coming in from Happy, so it looks like Happy either going to be going into Reactor Hellion into Banshees, or perhaps try to utilize and research a lot of upgrades for his Marines early on. Drones still wandering around here. Queens are ready to go down off over here. You can see that there is one queen hitting off an inject, and Bly still going into that customary strategy where he tries to get up 4 queens in order to fend off any harassment that Happy would normally be able to do, being able to handle both Banshees and Hellions. Happy still running on 2 gas. Reactor now being added on the front door. Factory is ready to go. It sounds like there was a bunker loaded up, yes, on the front door here. And still, Zerglings could run by here and get in a lot of damage. I believe Happy thinks that Bly is going into a very heavy economic build, and therefore, not going to worry about it all too much. Marines engaging. Creep tumor is already being spread down here. That one creep tumor will most likely just hug along the top portion here, as the creep is already spreading down to the low ground, and no real reason to worry at all, as the queens also have a range of 5 and should be able to take down any of these siege tanks if they get a little bit too close to the cliff. so far. We are adding on a tech lab, going into 2 more barracks. So it is going to be, I believe, reactor Hellions. We could have a starport be built here in just a moment. Adding in some medevacs and some stim pack for the units, and perhaps even trying to add in some siege tanks, or just trying to utilize the Hellions that have already been added to deal with a lot of the early Zerglings. Creep tumor already being spread here. You can see that high ground creep tumor spread, very effective, making sure that the Hellions can't actually destroy those creep tumors, as they can't see them while they're being established and built. Macro hatch being added here by Bly. Bly doing a good job making sure that the Hellions are not going to be able to run by all too easily. I would have actually liked to have seen the evolution chamber built off here, so it's more of a zigzag of a route to get inside the main base. Hellions battling up against the Queen. The Queen rather fast on creep still, as the Hellions do need to be a little bit careful. We can see another engagement here, and oh, Bly may actually end up losing one of the Queens. Are we going to get a transfusion? That one Queen down, low on hit points, and now able to back away. The Zerglings still without metabolic boost. We are going into a starport, and it looks like it is going to be a swap here, as we are going into reactors as well. What is going to be added here? We should see that swap here. Stim now being added, perhaps combat shield, and 4, count them, 4 medevacs on a timing of Stim, combat shield, and a whole bunch of Marines. Not going to have 1-1 upgrades though, if he tries to attack at the 11-minute mark. Queens ready to go. You see no third base being established by Bly, so I guess Bly wanting to wait until after the 12-minute mark, which would be a little bit of a late third hatchery, but he's seen a lot of aggression coming in from Happy. If he knows that his opponent is coming in with this triple racks play, but no, it is also going to be followed up with a command center of his own. Happy could easily destroy these destructible rocks and drop an orbital command here, take the economic lead, as the Hellions try to test that front door. Going to quickly spot a spine crawler here. The Hellions most likely will just come back around and take down some of these Zerglings. The Zerglings already in full retreat, making sure, as the Queens are now making their way back down once more. We are now going into, I believe, 7 Queen play. So 7 Queens now making their way over, as the Zerglings will finish off these destructible rocks. Little to no issue whatsoever. Infestation or pathogen glands going to be finishing in the next 25 seconds. And meanwhile, the Infestors about a second behind, so beautifully done there. Those Infestors will spawn with exactly 75 energy. The timing on that could have been more tight, as Bly looking to defend and establish up his third base, already placing on the hatchery there. Upgrading to an orbital command, ready to go. These rocks have yet to be destroyed. You can now see the Marines are making a move down. 1-1 upgrades are coming in, and this will be ready to go at the 12-minute 30-second mark. How much damage can be dealt is the key question, as the creep tumors are all getting destroyed. Queen's now trying to come in, Infestors with fungal growth, and this is going to be an absolute thrashing against Happy. Happy with no way to really retreat, as the fungal growths are still landing, and Happy just taking a beating, trying to stay alive as the fungal growths no longer able to come in. The Queen's now giving in a little bit of chase, and that was an absolute thrashing. Bly losing only 1,100 resources total compared to 3,000. 200% more loss in this engagement so far. 65 drones versus 45 SCVs. Spire and Hive now coming in. We could be going into a greater Spire tech. Bly knows that he did a devastating blow. We now see a drop coming in. Queens are all on the low ground. Marines looking to stim. Queen now looking to come in over here. 2 Queens and Marines now trying to engage. 2 Marines. Oh, 1 Marine sacrificing himself for the greater cause, making sure the medevac is able to escape while absorbing some damage. Spore crawlers now being added. 1 back off over here. That is the only one, as we now see a round of drones. 17 drones being added, and we're going to see a very, very high number of drones all of a sudden, catapulting up to 75 drones, a 50% advantage at this portion in the game. Spire and Hive Tech about to complete simultaneously. We should see an upgrade to Greater Spire with Corruptors being trained up here. Infestors quickly see that there are no destructible rocks are still here. Overlord is in position. Does he spot the Marines now trying to come in? Yes, he does. We could have a fungal growth. Oh, the Infestors could have come in. No, there is a stim already there. This medevac still now finally opting to do a drop. It will be spotted by some Overlords here, and the Overlords will get shooed away as the Marines are falling in from the side. Zerg is now looking to come in, dealing a lot of damage once more. Queens are coming in. The medevac is going to get sniped down in just a second. There you go, 5 queens, 6 queens, able to take care of that. Corruptors, 2 more extractors being added. A 4th base already being established by Bly. Bly going to be running off of 8 extractors momentarily. And 8 extractor hive tech. So devastating, as the Zerg can pretty much train any combination of units he wants, even though Zerg players are normally gas limited at hive tech. Corruptors, 6 corruptors being added, so you can still see about 500 gas in the bank, and we could see a lot of Broodlords hatched in just a second, as the creep tumors are now making their way over into the main base of Happy. Alright. Spine crawlers in position, making sure that there's going to be no drops here at the 6 o'clock position. Double expanding by Bly. Very aggressive expanding by Bly, as the Marines are now making their way forward. Let's see where they're going to be able to go. These 2-2 upgraded Marines, soon to be 3-2 with 1-0 upgrades on the siege tanks, going in for a push. But it doesn't look like Happy will be able to shut down Bly here, as Happy sitting on about a 35 supply advantage. You can see the Spore Crawler coming in, getting in some easy damage here. The Marines taking on some Overlords. Marines have to be very careful as the siege tanks now trying to shell away. Marines once again being re-dropped back down onto the low ground. Broodlings now being dropped off by the Broodlords. The Lords just finishing them off very easily. Siege tanks need to retreat. Oh, this could be bad. 1 siege tank being left behind to die, as the Zerglings are now giving chase to the rest of that Terran army. Can't chase what you can't hit, or can't hit what you can't, well, I guess you can see it. So yeah, can't hit what you can't hit. Back here, Happy running off of 6 gas. He is at tier 3, but now he's going to be having to deal with Ultralisk. He is getting Thors. Thors are good against those Ultralisks, and also should be able to shut down a lot of these Infestors if the units get a little bit too close. More Corruptors being added once more. Queens just sticking together, able to transfuse each other. Any low hit point Broodlords able to head back to the Zerg base and heal back up in just a matter of seconds, as Bly now making the slow push to the Terran 3rd. Corruptors now making their way over. Vikings are being added currently. There are only 4 Vikings in the air. Not going to be really be able to shut down all of these Broodlords, but still going to be enough as we now see fungal growth. Infested Terrans could be coming in. Corruptors now engaging. Oh, yes, another Viking is going to get taken down. 1 Broodlord does go down, as both sides are still fighting here. The Corruptors trying to engage, able to take out some of the medevacs now, as the siege tanks trying to finish off all of the ground units. Down over here, Broodlings need to take down the bunker. The bunker will fall in just a second. And now Bly with a 50 supply advantage, growing to 60. Should finish this off here. More Vikings coming back over. It looks like 1 Broodlord ventured off a little bit too far. Corruptor now trying to make its way over as well. But this base not going to be sticking around for very long, as Bly attacking with a small force with a larger force in tow. Bly still dropping off more and more Broodlings. Broodlords now trying to finish this off. Units are up on the high ground. Are they going to be able to get there, as the Vikings are now showing up to reveal sight here? Corruptors are going to be engaging against those Vikings. More units still engaging. The Corruptors doing a good job taking on the Vikings, but there are still Marines here, as the Corruptors now backing off. Orbital Command taking a little bit more damage. Corruptors not really worried about this exchange. Corruptors against Vikings, as the Broodlords now engaging against more Marines. Zerglings looking to do another surround here. Vikings do move a little bit slower than the Corruptors, but the Vikings do have superior range. And Bly looks to take 3 straight games over Happy in what I now know to be a best-of-5 series, most likely the finals from the Zotac Cup. Happy now down to 73, 72, 67 supply. And there is the GG once more. Bly able to take down Happy in 3 straight games from the Zotac Cup. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed these 3 games between Bly and Happy.